Good morning everyone, and welcome to another video, or should I say welcome to another series of video. This winter I'm going back to something I haven't done in quite a few years due to all sorts of reasons, but now I'm back. I'm glad to be back at doing what I really want to do, and this is to chase majors and minors. A few years ago I released a video. I put a link up here. I think it was called Chasing Minors and Majors, or Major or Minors. And actually that was one of my best winter season fishing by doing that thing. So is it a coincidence or it just happened by luck? But it didn't really happen by luck. If you watch the video, you'll see that most of the big fish, because I'm just counting fish over the meter for that, and that was like all the big fish came within the major when I was fishing them. Now, for those who don't know, I'm going to give you a quick little explaining on what I'm talking about, majors and minors. It's nothing sexual, don't worry. It's just something that was developed and by a guy called John Alden Knight, and he was a very good writer. Wrote many fly fishing books in his time, but one of the biggest thing that he did was developing that theory of that lunar activity. So lunar, for those who have done their Latin at school, sol, the sun, and lunar, the moon. So it's the implication of the movement of the moon and the sun and your position on Earth, which is something that as you might know, it's what does the tides at sea. But there is an influence not only on the tides at sea, because this guy thought that it was creating an increased animal activity. Could be for anything, as well as us as well. So that's probably why people go mad during a full moon. So the major, basically, it's where the position of the moon and your position on Earth is, and the major happens twice a day, lasts for about 2 hours, and it's either way you have the moon right over your head or under your foot, which means right underneath the planet. Now you have the minor. Minor is when you have the moon either way at 90 degrees to the side of your position. Major is the best. If you would compare the two feeding activity, the major is supposed to be the best. It's supposed to be the one that you target. If you have a few hours fishing on a day, or you have something to do and you can only fish half a day, I strongly suggest that you look at the table and see if it's in the morning or in the afternoon, and that'll decide when you can go fishing. It's not all the time. It's not something proven, but it's widely accepted by anglers and biologists all over the world that the majors and minors do have an effect on fish and fish activity, and especially predator fish. So you have different ways to fish it. You can fish it right into the major. I've noticed that here most of my big fish came just an hour after the major. Something maybe that's happening just for me here, but if other people do have experience with majors and minors, just put your comments down below in the comment sections. I'm curious to see if I'm the only one or not, or what's happening. So let's see. So the major, 2 hours, happens twice a day for 2 hours, usually one during the day, could be early in the morning, could be in the morning, could be afternoon, and the second one is usually at night. Now, I never fished the major at night, but I'm curious to see, because I know there's quite a few guys that fish from BVs and dead bait and stick at that during the whole weekend on the bank and fish at night, have the rods set at night, because here in Ireland we're allowed to fish at night. So I'm really curious to see if the hits you get at night, the pike that takes the bait at night, do they come in a major or a minor? I'll be very curious to see. So if you want to know and plan your fish with majors and minors. I use an app called Fishing and Hunting. It's free to download, but I think you only have the day. If you want to see further than a day, like a week after or 3 months after, when you want to plan your trip, you have to pay the pro version. It's only €7, €8, I think, and it's a lifetime payment, and it's well worth it if you want to do this. So basically, this is what I'm going to do this winter. I made a big long list of every single month, so I know exactly what time are the majors, what time are the minors during the day, so I can plan my day to be sure to be on the water at that time. So there's no point for me to wake up super early when the major is in the afternoon, for example. Gives me a bit of a rest in the morning. Now, it's not something that's gonna get you fish, okay? It's just another egg in your basket to target big fish. It's supposed to be at that time that big fish are going to feed and have that increase in activity. Now, there's other majors that you need to have along with this. Weather is a big one, and being at the right time, which is the saying that you always hear, right time, right place. Well, right time is the major, right place. It's up to you to do your homework and see where the fish are holding, depending on the time of the year that you want to fish your majors. So and then after, the right bait as well. It's something that something that comes with experience on your own water. But if you get all these things together, yeah, that's when big fish happens. And yeah, I've done it, and that few years ago, and I wasn't too sure about it, but it proved me at the time that yeah, I was quite successful targeting big fish during the majors. Now, looking back at the pictures, I can see myself on those pictures that I was well wrapped up. It was nice, good winter, cold. You can see usually, I remember the waters were calm, no wind, but we had that present cold, and the water were cold as well, which helped immensely for that type of fishing, because you know exactly the spot to fish, especially if you fish them 2, 3, 4 days in a row in different places, on the same lake I'm in, but different places. You know exactly where the fish tend to stay and hang about. But this year, the problem that I'm facing at the beginning is that we have mild weather. There is no cold. The water actually yesterday was 10.5 degrees, which is really warm for this time of the year. We are like, what is it now? We're the 7th. We're entering the second week of November, and we still have that really mild water. So that means that all the bait fish are spread out. There is no congregation yet. There's no regroupment of all these bait fish into the big holes. So fishes are everywhere. They're just hanging out about. They're not very hungry. They're well fed anyway at the moment. So I found fish everywhere the last 2 days. So I started by fishing on the 3rd and the 4th of this month, a few days ago. First major was in the morning. The two of them on both days were in the morning, kind of 9 a.m. And the first day, best fish was 90, just 90 centimeter. And the next day, I had a 90, a 70. But I had quite a few follow, and especially on the glide, I had actually a really good take. And I held that fish for about like 5 seconds. It shook the hook out, but it felt really big, like it felt a really good fish. Now, there's a couple of major, because we're arriving at the full moon, so majors usually increase during the full moon, and that's why quite often you have these feeding spells. You get nothing, no action all day, and then all of a sudden it just happens, that window open, and you get one fish, your mate gets another fish. If you're dead baiting, the float goes, and you get another one on the lure, and you get a follow, and then all of a sudden it's dead. Well, that's a major. That's a major opening or a minor. So interesting to see if you want to follow that theory. To me, I'm a great believer in it, because the moon has such action on the seas. So fresh water, why not? And it's something interesting to get into, like the kind of scientific side of the pike fishing, or the more interesting part of the fishing. So to fish these majors, if I could summarize it, one of the best time, it's what I would call the overlap, is when that major is either way as sunset or as sundown. That's when you get the best activity, I think. So when they're late in the evening and you get that sunset, light is kind of starting to get low on the lake, and prey fish are a little bit more vulnerable for the fish to get hit. So usually that's what we call the overlap. It's either way the major in the morning at the sunrise, or in the evening at the sunset, and that'll be my favorite. But any major is good. Any major, as long as you're on the water. So I mean, don't stop to have your lunch and your fry up because the major is at 12 o'clock and you're hungry. This is the time you have to fish. In fact, the sausages, you'll be eating them later. You're not gonna die. So stick to it. So thanks for watching this. Maybe a bit boring. There's about 10 minutes I've been babbling about, but I'm gonna do a little mashup of the 2 days and put that out on the video coming up, and I'm gonna follow that on every time I'm going to go out, and I'm not going to bore you with an intro like this. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Try to get the numbers up. Really helps the channel. You hear that on every channel, but it really does. So give a thumbs up. Put a comment. Interesting to see, like, are you guys interested by that sort of stuff? Definitely am. So I'm going to keep doing it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video coming up. Bye. Beautiful morning. It is very mild today. Very, very mild. Alright guys, we had one miss. We were right in the middle of the major, and we got a good positive hit by a nice fish this time, and pretty happy with that. Have a quick look at it. Come on, Garrett. Nice fish. Going a high 80s, low 90s. Lovely fish. I'm going to measure it quickly and put it back. Yeah. Straight away. The great thing at this time of the year, cold water, they just go. Brilliant. Yep. All right. On the Colossus. Yeah, boy. Woo! Brilliant. All right, let's have a look. Hey, see that? They're getting clever, those spikes, I'm telling you. On the Colossus, baby! Woo-hoo-hoo! What a nice fish for today. I'll let him back out. Another 90-ish. Alright, let's go. And they go back like a bomb at the moment. That's great. Woo.